What do you do when thousands of other people want the ATAR you want the career you want the job you want the transformation you want? What do you do? Do you decide to stay in your comfort zone? Do you do what all the other people are doing? Or do you compete? Do you fight back? And do you literally crawl, if you even have to crawl, to reach the top? You tell me. And I want you to reflect on this. What are you doing right now? The ATAR you want to achieve, whether it's a 90, a 95, a 99.95, or even if it's an 80 or 85, you need to understand that that ATAR you want is a competitive ATAR. Why? Because if you wanted to get a 90 plus ATAR, you have to beat 90% of the entire state, which has tens of thousands of students. Even if you want to get an 85 ATAR, you still have to beat 85% of people in your state. And if you want to get a 97 plus ATAR or a 99 plus ATAR, you have to beat 97 plus or 99 plus percent of people in your state. So what are you going to do about that? Because most people want to achieve this amazing result, but they're not competing. And what I mean by that is that they just stay in their comfort zone, they do what everyone else is doing, and then they expect a different result. They sleep in like everyone else does. They don't study on the weekends like everyone else does. They don't get ahead like everyone else does. They do not work on themselves like everyone else does. And then they wonder why the hell they're so average. If you're a low performing student right now, you have to listen to me very carefully. You have to compete if you want to reach the top. Because if you do not compete, you will get completely trodden over and you will lose by people who are just a little bit more better than you. And when I realized this, that's when I was truly able to dominate my school. Because this whole time, right, I always used to have the mentality of, oh, it's not that deep, it's not that competitive, it's all to myself. That's completely wrong because it is competitive. And if you're a year 12 student watching this right now, this is even more important that you listen to me. In year 12, your ranks are what determine your ATAR. So if you want to get a good ATAR, you need to rank well. And if you want to rank well, you need to beat other people, yet you're still not being competitive. And by the way, when I say competitive, I'm not saying toxic competitiveness where you don't help anyone, you hide from everyone, you just, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you want to look at other people in the room and mentally tell yourself that I'm going to destroy you in the next exam. And that's exactly what I did. I'm not even joking, by the way. I'm not making this up. I genuinely did this. Every single time I got an assessment notification in year 11 or in year 12, I would look around at other people in my room and mentally tell myself, I'm going to destroy you in this exam. I'm going to destroy you in this assignment. I never verbally said that, of course. I told it to myself. And because I told that to myself, I acted like I was going to do that. And that's how I did it. It's so funny, right? Like, oh my God, it's actually frustrating. People, I get DMs, I get hundreds of DMs on TikTok and Instagram and all this stuff, right? And people always tell me like, oh, I really want to change myself and do this, blah, 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 blah. But they don't want to do anything that requires work. They don't want to wake up early. They don't want to study on the weekends. They don't want to study more than everyone else. They want to try to just do minimum work. That just doesn't work. And if you're already doing well in school, just go away. I'm talking to the students who actually want to completely revolutionize themselves and achieve an ATAR that people look at and like, whoa, how the hell is that possible? The only way that's going to happen is if you're competitive. So from here on out, as soon as you finish this video, I want you to treat school competitively. I don't want you to aim for top 10 because, wow, that person is too smart. I don't want you to not aim for ducks because, oh, I don't think that's possible. Hell no. Aim to dominate everyone in your school. Aim to dominate. Now you might be thinking, but how do I do that? Let me tell you how to do that. Number one, it starts with sacrifice. Sacrificing the things that are holding you back from success. The games that you play, the TikTok that you scroll on, the hanging out with your friends every bloody week, not studying on the weekend, sleeping in on the weekend, staying up to 3 a.m. All this crap is holding you back. It's making you comfortable in the moment, but the pain of regret's gonna really bite you in the back when you finish school. I've been on calls with students after getting their ATAR and they're telling me, oh, I wish I did this and I wish I'd done that. Do you really want yourself to be in that situation? I don't think so. That's the first thing, sacrifice. I want you to list out the things that are holding you back right now. What are the habits that are holding you back and you need to just get rid of them? Because if you don't sacrifice for that ATAR you want, for that goal that you want, then guess what becomes the sacrifice? The ATAR and the goal that you want. That's the first thing, sacrifice. The second thing is complete immersion in your goal. Write down what ATAR you want and stick it on your wall next to where you study. Every morning, every night, read your ATAR goal. Every single fiber of your being has to be towards domination and success. That's how you succeed. The ATAR that you want and the success that you want should be the only thing that's in your mind 24/7. That's it. not the sports that you do, not the athletics that you go to. You need to completely be immersed in achieving the goal that you want. That's how you dominate and succeed. That's number 2, immersion. Number 3, look at what everyone else is doing and do the complete opposite. And not in a literal sense, okay? I guess some bloody smartasses in the comments be like, oh, but if people, go to the bathroom, does that mean I just do it on the floor? Don't be stupid. What I mean by this is that, think about it. Do people really study on the weekends? No. So you should study on the weekends. Do people wake up at 5 a.m.? No. So you should wake up at 5 a.m. Do people get ahead of the content? Not really. So you should be getting ahead of the content. Do people start doing past papers early? No. So you should be doing past papers early. That's how you become extraordinary. Doing things that other people don't do. And that's how you succeed in a way that other people can't succeed. In my case, I stopped sleeping in. I woke up at 5 a.m. I read books every day. I wasn't distracted by TikTok and scrolling. That's what you need to do to succeed. And finally, number 4 is you need to outwork everyone in your school. I can confidently say, I can genuinely, with full confidence, say to you that I outworked everyone in my school. I guarantee if you were to add up the study hours and the work from everyone in my school, they would be here and I would be here. And that's not even like an exaggeration. I studied during recess. I studied during lunch. I woke up at 5 a.m. and studied then. I studied during the weekends. In fact, the weekends was my time to shine. I studied 8 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours consistently. In the holidays, I studied 8, 7, 6, blah, 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 every single day. That's what you need to do to succeed. And if you think you can get away with, using, some cool study method that allows you to only study 2 hours a day, no, it's bullshit. Anyone online who says that they got a high ATAR by doing barely anything, it's a complete lie. I'm telling you right now. And if you don't believe me, look at anyone who's succeeded. You think Elon Musk is going to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I made $300 billion by just doing nothing. No. He's telling you that he works his ass off. Jeff Bezos, I'm just mentioning like these billionaires, by the way. You can look at any other field, sports, even Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Look into them, look into the documentaries. They literally worked harder than everyone. Conor McGregor, not a fan of him, but I watched his documentary. He works harder than everyone else. That's what you need to do to succeed. You need to outwork everyone. You need to put so much volume in, do so many things that it becomes almost practically impossible to lose. That's how you dominate and that's how you win. And it's so funny, right? When you actually do these 4 things that I just went over, the 4 things of, sacrifice, immersion, being extraordinary and, working hard. When you do these 4 things and you do reach the top and succeed, I tell you what the funniest thing is from experience, people end up just calling you smart. That's their coping mechanism. Like when I got a 97 plus ATAR and became the Ducks and all this stuff, people were calling me a genius and smart. And I would just look at them and laugh and be like, you have no idea what I actually did to get here. I woke up earlier than everyone. I studied harder than everyone. I did more than literally everyone. And that's how I got the result. And that's what you need to be doing. So ask yourself right now, am I doing what a 95 plus ATAR student would do? If the answer is no, you got to fix that. And if the answer is yes, and you're still not getting the results that you want, either 2 things. Number 1, you're lying to yourself and being completely self-deluded. Or number 2, you're doing the work, but you're doing the wrong things. And if that's the case, you can check the first link in the description. I'd love to help you out with my program. But again, that's completely your choice. It's something to just be wary of, because I do know some students out there who they put in a lot of effort, but they're still not doing well. That's simply because they're not doing the right things, which is kind of sad to see because they're very committed, but they're not getting the results that they want, which is why I suggest you to check the link in the description. But again, there's no pressure at all. I honestly don't give a crap if you do or not. I just want to make you aware of that, okay? So that's it for this video. I want to keep it super short, 10 minutes, because this is something very important to understand. I'm sick of seeing other people who they want to achieve amazing results, but they're so self-deluded that they're not doing anything to achieve it. So do not be that person. See you in the next one.